What an unbelievable day on Wall Street. We started this morning staring into the abyss, a sea of red, and we ended it on an absolute rocket ship to the moon. Today, we're breaking down the anatomy of one of the wildest reversals of the entire year.
You absolutely love to see it. This quote just perfectly captures the whiplash. The bears thought they had it in the bag this morning. They were doing their victory laps. But by the closing bell, the bulls weren't just winning, they were throwing a party. And just look at these numbers. This wasn't a rally. This was a classic, old-school face-ripper rally. We're talking about a nearly 3% swing from the lows. This is the kind of move that liquidates the shorts and defines a true bull market. Absolutely beautiful.
So, what lit the fuse? What caused this explosion? It wasn't some boring economic data, no. This was the news of the year for tech investors, plain and simple.
And there it is, the headline that changed everything. For months, the single biggest fear hanging over the entire AI sector was the China ban. And in one fell swoop, that fear is gone, wiped off the map. Investors went absolutely wild.
And the deal itself is just genius. It's a total win-win from a bull's perspective. Nvidia gets to reopen the floodgates to its biggest growth market, and the US government gets a direct cut of the profits. It's a brilliant piece of strategy.
You really can't. This quote just nails it. Everyone was terrified of the trade war, and instead, it gets flipped on its head and becomes a massive revenue driver. This isn't just a policy change, it's a financial masterstroke.
Okay, so let's dig into why this isn't just some headline you forget tomorrow. This is a fundamental shift that rewrites the entire playbook for the AI industry.
$15 billion. That's the early estimate for how much this adds to Nvidia's top line by 2026. Let that sink in. We're talking about adding the entire revenue of a massive company right on top of Nvidia's already insane growth. And just like that, all that chatter about peak AI or a slowdown in growth, it's over. It's dead and buried. This deal single-handedly reignites the growth engine for the entire sector. The party's back on.
And you know what happens when you get bombshell news like this? You get a massive, epic short squeeze. All those traders betting against Nvidia got absolutely steamrolled. They had to buy back their shares at any price, pouring rocket fuel on an already raging fire.
And check out the technicals here. The market came down and kissed that critical 6,800 support level, a huge line in the sand. And did it break? Not a chance. It held firm and bounced so hard it left a crater. That, my friends, is the perfect launch pad for a Santa rally.
Now, the Nvidia news was the cannonball for sure, but the Federal Reserve is about to light the fuse that sends this market into orbit.
Look at these odds. The market is pricing in a 90% chance of a rate cut from the Fed tomorrow. After that weak jobs report, it's basically a done deal, a lock. The market knows exactly what's coming.
And this is that classic dynamic we always talk about. Bad news is good news. A cooling economy means the Fed has no choice but to step in and open the money spigots. And you know what lower rates mean, right? It means more fuel for stock prices.
And that quote right there sums up this powerful 1-2 punch perfectly. Nvidia provided the incredible company-specific news today, and tomorrow, Jerome Powell steps up to the plate to give the entire market the green light. It's the perfect setup.
All right, so let's wrap this up. What's the big takeaway from today's insanity? What do you need to do now?
Bottom line, if you panicked and sold into the weakness this morning, you got shaken out. Plain and simple. This wasn't the top, this was a trap. This is the official start of the year-end melt-up.
And remember, a rocket chip like Nvidia doesn't fly alone. It pulls the entire sector up with it. Keep an eye on the other chip names. When the market leader gets re-rated this dramatically, the rising tide lifts all boats.
So, let's be crystal clear. The Santa rally isn't coming, it's already here. Get on board or get left behind.